Hey, just got my hair cut. It looks a little different. Makes me look a little more gangster, I think. Like, I don't know. Not that that's good or bad. It's just the way it is. I wanted the sides short and kind of looks like a box cut. Fix the lighting and everything. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the book called Hooked by eyal. I don't know how to say his name, but made a little bit of notes, and I'm just gonna go through a little bit of it. So this book called Hooked has a model that you want to follow. If you wanna, it's about creating habits in the mind. And one thing that a lot of the most wealthiest people, the most successful people, whether it's in health, marriages, relationships, or business, or even happiness, it's about habits. I think I remember reading one of Tony Robbins' books, or maybe he was talking about it, but he said the reason why the difference between people that were happy and unhappy was the habits that they had, the mindset that they had, and the kind of reactions that they came up with to certain situations. And if there's one secret to happiness or one tip, it's accepting the situation that you are in, accepting the situation that you're in, and making the most out of it instead of wanting a situation to be a certain way and letting that cripple you until that so that you can't do anything about it. So it's all about habits in your brain, habits of the mind, uh, having some sort of ritual or some sort of thing that you that you roll out. So there's 4 steps in this. First one is a trigger, either externally or internally, something that cues you to take number 2, which is an action. Now, an action, after that, the action has to be something that makes you invest in it a little bit. And that these two things actually are kind of play on the cognitive bias of commitment and consistency. So if you take an action and you make an investment into it, that triggers a bias in your brain that makes you want to keep doing it. And the fourth one is kind of like gambling, kind of like it's variable rewards that you get from that. So a good example would be like Facebook does this really well. It gets you hooked on Facebook, creating a habit in your brain, and you have to get out of that because they're playing you, and you never want to be the one that gets played. So the way Facebook works is they're really smart. Mark Zuckerberg, like a guy who can make $40 billion is not dumb, and he's using a lot of the cognitive bias that we have against us. For example, in Facebook, when you get a notification, it has a little pop, and then there's notifications to show you, look, there's something you want to check on Facebook. It turns into a little red dot, and it really sticks out. So that's a trigger that's externally, and you see that, and you're drawn towards taking an action. So you click into the app, and you see, oh, Susie just commented on my photo or a photo that I took, and you click into it to read. So you've already investing into it, and that doing that a couple times a day creates a habit of you checking on your phone. Now, because you're getting those rewards, you're drawn to want more of those, and it varies. So if you post a picture and you look into it, there's variable rewards because you don't know how many people will like it. Or maybe 40 people will like this photo, maybe 110 people will like another photo. So it's kind of like a gamble, and you get drawn towards that because that it's exciting. You don't know what to expect, and that's actually what makes things more interesting. So it goes